Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now Prescott. Throw left side, taken in by Pittman. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. To punt on fourth down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return, and it'll be Titan football.
Here comes the rookie 7th-round pick. It's Isaiah Pacheco.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 39 yards there, a big one.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
So, Charles, you look at this offense. So what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
They'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
The Titans at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22.
Play action. It's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They go play action with Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Robbie Gould on now to try the field goal. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
To try again after the sack, Prescott. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Prescott. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. On play action, Prescott. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right in the beginning.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. Here's Jones. The ball comes out. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That's complete to Moreau, the tight end. And it's a Titans touchdown. Foster Moreau, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Roger McCreary in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. On 2nd down, Williams. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Third and long for Prescott. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to take possession of the football. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's the rookie, the former Wolverine, Hassan Haskins. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They go play action now. Wilson. Open man is Burks, and he's got him. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Traylon Burks. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Now Gould for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Play action. Now Wilson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown.
As more and more up-tempo football creeps into the NFL game, some coaches don't think time of possession matters anymore. I believe we found one of them.
Gould to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Play action now. Prescott. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Prescott on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Flushed out right. Throw right side into the hands of Foster Moreau. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try with Haskins. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans will extend their lead here just before halftime. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. Here's Trenton Cannon on the return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. Now Wilson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. For Zach Wilson, you have to figure if you're going to be drafted number 2 overall, you better have a big arm, and he does not disappoint there. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Isaiah Pacheco, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he'll find Pittman. And out across midfield down to the 45. 27 yards there on a very nice third down conversion. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Off the play fake, Prescott. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Alec Pierce 45 yards. And the Colts are able to at least get one score back. Extra point by Gay is up and good. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. Cannon now elects to bring this out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's Demario Davis navigating his way into the backfield for a tackle for loss. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to go up top again. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Titans. Kadarius Toney. 83 yards. And the Titans just continue to roll. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I,
have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Jones on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Prescott. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 35 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well. Prescott now. Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. From 21 yards away. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Gay is up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Cannon now elects to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Brandon, I got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now,
and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
The offense on 3rd down, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and forever. Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Caden Stearns.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Good.
4
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Caden Stearns. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that you might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Tyquan Lewis, he read that the whole way and made the tackle. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30, past the 20. But he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts' 17-yard line.
a 2nd and long after the hold. Wilson wants to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. On the return is Jones. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Prescott now from the 50. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
And the Titans are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now Wilson on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, baseball folks, Charles, they like to talk about the 3 true outcomes, a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. But for this quarterback, it's been the 2 true outcomes here. He's got 4 touchdown passes, but now a 3rd interception.
And it pains you to think that you have to try and tell him to rein it in. But at the same time, you can't just chuck it up there and hope for the best. And old-school football coaches will tell you there's 3 true outcomes throwing the ball, and 2 of them are bad.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
And the Titans come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statistician.